If you ever try to explain a product idea with words or static screens, you know how messy that gets. A clickable prototype fixes that. It shows how the product works, not just how it looks. And it's one of the fastest ways to validate ideas before you burn time and budget on development. So let's break down how to create clickable prototypes step by step, the same way we do it with our clients. First, get clear on what you're prototyping. A clickable prototype is not the full product. It's a simplified version that focuses on user flows. Before opening any tool, define 1 or 2 key scenarios. For example, signing up, searching for something, or completing a core task. If you try prototype everything, you'll slow yourself down and dilute feedback. Next, decide the right level of fidelity. This is where many teams overdo it. Early on, you don't need colors, branding, or perfect copy. Low fidelity prototypes are ideal at this stage. Think wireframes, basic layouts, grayscale screens. The goal is to validate structure and flow, not authentics. At Eleken, we often start here to align with stakeholders quickly to avoid emotional feedback like "I don't vibe with this color." Low-fidelity wireframes for database. Once the flow makes sense, that's when high-fidelity prototypes come in. These are visually polished and interactive. They feel close to the final product and are perfect for usability testing, demos, and developer handoff. A clickable hi-fi prototype helps everyone experience the product before it gets into development. High-fidelity prototypes for database. Now choose the tool. You don't need anything fancy to start. If you're not a designer, tools like PowerPoint or Keynote work surprisingly well for basic click-throughs. For digital product teams, Figma is the go-to. That's what we use at Eleken for most projects because it's fast, collaborative, and flexible. You can design, prototype, comment, and iterate in one place. Then build the screens fast. Don't aim for perfection. Create only screens needed for your chosen flow. Use real content where it matters, like button labels or error states, and placeholders where it doesn't. The faster you build, the faster you can test. Speed beats polish at this stage. After that, add interactions. This is what makes it clickable. Link buttons, menus, and key elements. Simulate simple transitions. You don't need advanced animations, just enough so user can move through the flow without explanation. If you have to explain how to use the prototype, something's off. Now test it with real people. This is the most important step. Show the prototype to your users, clients, or teammates and watch them what they do. Don't guide them, don't defend the design, just observe. At Eleken, we treat prototypes like experiments. Every test reveals friction points, unclear actions, or missed expectations. And fixing those in prototype is cheap. Fixing them in code is not. Use the prototype for the intended goal and gather feedback. Clickable prototypes can serve different purposes, and it's important to be clear about which one you're designing for. Sometimes a prototype exists to communicate flow logic to stakeholders or developers who will implement it. Sometimes it's meant to demonstrate some functionality to investors or enterprise clients. And sometimes, yes, it's built to test assumptions with real users. Then, iterate. Based on feedback, tweak the flow, adjust layouts, and simplify steps. This loop, design, test, refine, is where good products are born. A quick word on advanced prototyping. Sometimes teams move into HTML prototypes. These behave almost like real products and are great for late-stage usability testing. But they are time-consuming and not always necessary. For most SaaS products, a well-made clickable prototype in Figma is more than enough to validate UX and guide development. So why does prototyping matter for business? Because it saves time, money, and frustration. It helps teams align early, clarify requirements, and catch costly mistakes before they locked into code. You're not guessing what users want. You're testing it before launch. If you're building a product and one clickable prototype that moves the needle, that's what we do best. If this video was helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more practical design tips. And drop us a comment if you want us to break down real Eleken prototypes step by step next time. See you soon.